Today, let's talk about Zener diode. Now, this is the symbol which I'm giving the Zener symbol. This is Zener symbol. Normal PN junction diode and Zener symbol. You see here, the Zener diode symbol will be, this is your normal diode. That is a conventional diode, right? So this will have like this. So if you're having this kind of symbol, that is nothing but a Zener diode. Now we can say, then what will be the difference between the PN junction diode, that is a normal conventional diode, and the Zener diode? Normally, the Zener diode will behave just like normal general purpose diode, which are consisting of the silicon PN junction and when biased in the forward direction. That is the anode. That is nothing but the anode, which is this is the anode actually, right? The A anode, this will be the cathode. The anode, the positive with respect to its cathode. This is the cathode, just like a normal signal diode. That is what normal PN junction diode is. That is the signal diode that passing the rated current. Now, however, unlike the conventional diode, that blocks any flow of current through itself when reverse biased. As we know that the PN junction diode, it will work or it will conduct only during the forward bias. During the reverse bias, that thus doesn't conduct, it will block the current actually during the reverse. But normal what level during the cathode is becomes more positive than the anode as soon as the reverse voltage reaches a predetermined value. The xenodiode begins to conduct in the reverse direction. So very important thing here, the xenodiode will work or will start to conduct in the reverse direction, that is in the reverse bias only. Then you may think what is in the forward bias. So now when you are going to use the xenodiode, when you are using in the forward bias, as you know the forward bias is the positive side is pointed to, that is P type is pointed to, that is anode is pointed, that is the called as this. This is the anode, this is the cathode. Normally we said in your PN junction diode, P type and N type. But here in the Xeno diode we are having anode and this is cathode. Now we are telling that is P type is nothing but the anode and N type is nothing but cathode. See, this is I can say P type, this will be I can call as N type. The anode is connected to positive side of the terminal battery and the cathode is negative side of the battery. So if you are connecting that, it will work in a forward bias. So forward bias, the current will flow in a direction that will behave as a conventional diode only. So I can say when it is in the forward bias, it will work as PN junction diode. But when the same diode, when you are working in the reverse bias, that is connecting the anode to the negative, the cathode to the positive, means the cathode will become more positive than the anode terminal. That is nothing but from this we can say the reverse current will be there. So that time it will behave as Zener. So the Zener diode will work in the reverse bias. See here, we have shown three symbols. We shown the symbol A, that is a conduction direction. That is, this is will be your Zener diode. Which one? This is your Zener diode. You see, the cathode is connected to plus, right? This is cathode. This is cathode. This is anode. Anode is connected to negative. So that is nothing but a reverse bias. So here we can say VZ. The VZ specifies the Zener voltage. The IZ specifies the Zener current. So with respect to the PN junction diode, the VD, that is nothing but diode voltage, ID, diode current. Here VZ, IZ, we'll say, see, this is what here we say, VD, ID. So minus and plus. You see this difference between these two now. So what is the difference? Same. It's like B is, this is nothing but here your semiconductor diode, where the C is nothing but it's a resistive element. Why? Because that is nothing but it's a simple resistor, that is plus the minus the resistor, the VR. voltage, resistive voltage, and the resistance current. This is a resistive element. So because normally I can say resistor is a linear element, but the PN junction diode or Zener diode is a non-linear element, because normally your resistor will give the characteristics as like this. As the voltage gets increases, the current also will get increased. So I will get the linear curve I will get for a resistor. But when I go for a diode, what will happen? It won't become as like this. So it's not a linear, it will become as a non-linear. You will get. But your PN junction diode also can be worked as, or can be it will plays a role as resistor normally, but the non-linear resistor we can say, even Zener diode also. So now what we'll do? So now in this Zener diode, let us think about the current. That is simple. If you want to say one more note, I will put in the Zener diode. Two things are very, very important. The one is nothing but the avalanche breakdown. The second one is nothing but Zener breakdown. So two voltages are there. So what is meant by avalanche breakdown? So like when the reverse voltage applied across the Zener diode that exceeds the rated voltage of the device, a process called avalanche breakdown. So let me put that for you, your condition. Let me put. Some condition I'll put here. See here, this is what. You see, this is the one of the very important thing. You can think here. Yes. See, that is what I want to say. When the reverse voltage applied across the Zener diode, it exceeds the rated voltage. Rated voltage in the sense normally for the every diode you will have the data sheet. In the data sheet, they will give how much the maximum voltage you can apply. So maximum voltage you can apply from 5 millivolt to 200 volt you can apply. So the Zener diode volt exceeds that rated voltage of the device. That is, when it is exceeds the voltage which is given from the manufacturer, so that device, a process called as avalanche breakdown. So that will occur in the semiconductor depletion layer, actually occur in the depletion layer, and the current starts to flow through the diode to limit this increase in the voltage. Next, let us see the how it will be there. Like let us see the characteristics, then you may get proper idea how it will be. Yes, let me put the characteristics, Zener characteristics. See here, this is nothing but your Zener characteristics. See here, simple, we drawn the symbol. This is the symbol actually, or we can give like this also. This is nothing but, this one is nothing but it indicates the breakdown actually. Anode current. Now the same, the VI characteristics, what we specified in the PN junction diode. Same thing only, even we are putting here also. Like x-axis nothing but forward bias, forward voltage. Then reverse bias, this is forward current IF. Then reverse bias, reverse current, then reverse voltage. Or what I can say, instead of VF, sometimes we may think I will say it is VZ. VZ I can say. That is a Zener voltage also we can say. This is IZ I can say. Not here, sorry, I should not say here, because this is a forward bias, it will work as a conventional diode. See, I will say here, this will work as here. This will work as PN junction. That is conventional diode only. It won't have any more problem. That is why I can say the PN junction diode cannot be used as Zener diode. But the Zener diode can be used as a PN junction diode. Why? Because in the forward bias, it will work as like the PN junction diode only. See here, diode. So that is why here x-axis I will say VD. This is y-axis I will say ID. But here I will say instead of IR reverse current, I will say the reverse current, that is Zener current, will give us called as Zener current. I is that this I will call as Zener voltage. See the difference actually. So in here VI characteristics, here I will say VD, here I will say ID. But here I'll say this is VZ, this is IZ because this is will be your Zener. Now we can say when diode exceeds the barrier voltage, like example 0.7 volt, then automatically the device will start to conduct, then current will enter into the during the forward bias, so the current will increase. So it is increasing exponentially, it is increasing. So this will be your forward bias region. But when during the reverse bias condition, what will happen during the reverse bias condition? As the reverse bias is given, so here the current is not flowing through the Zener diode, increases dramatically to the maximum circuit value. And once achieved, so this reverse saturation current, this is the reverse saturation. See here, they are having, this is at this point. See this point, right? This is nothing but a breakdown. This is a breakdown actually. And this is we can call as Zener breakdown. Sometimes we can, that is why here we given Zener breakdown. So now the reverse saturation current remains fairly constant over a wide range of reverse voltages. Now we'll see one thing here. I'll put a point over there for you. That is nothing but, let me put a point. The voltage at which the voltage point at which the voltage across the Zener diode becomes stable is called the Zener voltage. And for Zener diode, this voltage can range from less than 1 volt to few hundred volts, or I can say 5 millivolt to 100 or 200 volt also we can say. This is the second definition here. We need to know that is nothing but Zener voltage. They may ask, you should know Zener voltage. See this point only. Okay. Zener voltage. Three voltages are there in this Zener diode. That is one is avalanche diode. The second one is Zener voltage, or we can say Zener breakdown voltage also we can say. Now the point at which the Zener voltage triggers the current to flow through the diode can be very accurately controlled in the doping stages of diode's semiconductor construction, giving the diode a specific Zener breakdown voltage. Now, for example, we'll say, let me consider as it is a VZ, the Zener breakdown voltage. Specific Zener, for example, is 4.3 volt or 7.5 volt. So the Zener breakdown voltage are IV curve is almost a vertical straight line only. Now you see here the location of Zener region. You see in this at this point. So here this is the saturation. You want to know this point only is nothing but it's a saturation. See, it's narrowly at this point up to one point. What happened during the reverse bias? The Zener diode is getting increased negative. So we are getting very small amount of current we are having. So after one particular amount of time, what happened? That is breakdown. Correct. So this point, the point which is breakdown, that only can called as breakdown voltage. That is, we can say Zener breakdown voltage. That is the breakdown voltage. So the whole thing. So here, which is the point at which here, see, I'm getting this point, right? So this is your the minimum Zener current. So this will be your maximum Zener current. After that, you may get the constant Zener voltage will get from this point. So the constant Zener voltage. So from this, I can say one of the very important application in the Zener diode will be what? In the sense, which application? The important application. The Zener diode will be working or can be used. Application can be used as voltage regulator. What is meant by voltage regulator? Very, very simple. I can say. So, like if the Zener diode can able to produce the constant amount of voltage, however, you increase the input voltage. That is the application of the Zener diode. So, we can say the voltage regulator, it will produce a constant voltage, it will produce. That is a simple application you can say. Now here, the one more thing we need to say about this, the location of Zener region, this region actually. The location of Zener, this about which region in the sense, you think the location of this region only, okay? About this region. So this region can be controlled by varying the doping level. So an increase in doping that produces an increase in the number of added impurities that will decrease the Zener potential. So like if you keep on adding more impurities, that will be done during the manufacture time. So when you are increasing the adding impurities, what will happen? That will decrease the Zener potential, means the Zener barrier voltage actually. So the Zener diodes are available having Zener potential of 1.8 volt to, that is Zener potential, right? So we can say Zener potential, Zener potential. The range will be 1.8 volt to 200 volt. So with the power ratings from 1 by, that is of 1 by 4 watts to 50 watts, the power rating you can say. So because of its excellent temperature and the current capabilities, the silicon is the preferred material in the manufacture of Zener diode. So that is what here is shown clearly in this. So now from this diagram, you see here, the Zener diode is used in reverse bias or reverse breakdown mode. Now here, already as I said, once again, just I'm explaining about the Zener diode. So now that is the diode anode connects to the negative supply. That is nothing but here, just this diode anode is connect to negative supply. This is the negative supply. Okay, so this is, sorry, diode anode is connected to negative supply. Cathode is connected to positive supply. So from the IV characters, this is the IV characters. So we can see that the Zener diode as a region in its reverse bias characteristics of almost a constant negative voltage. This constant will be a negative voltage because this is minus VZ actually. Right? Constant negative voltage regardless of the value of current flowing through the diode and remains nearly constant even with the large changes in the current. As long as the Zener diode current remains between the breakdown current, that is I is an minimum, and the maximum current rating I is at maximum. See, this is what very important. So this ability to control itself can be used to great effort to regulate or stabilize the voltage source. That is what I said here. The application is voltage regulator. So it can able to control itself to be used as a great effect or regulate or stabilize the voltage. That is the meaning against the supply or the load variations. Now the fact that the voltage across the diode in the breakdown region is almost constant turn out to be a important characteristics of Zener diode as it can be used in the simplest type of voltage regulator application. This is what we said. So now the function of the regulator is to what? As I said, provide a constant. So this is what the function is nothing but it will provide a constant constant output voltage. So where they will use in the sense example, when you are going to design any power supply, in the power supply, what you will do, you will use so many components. At that, one more thing is the voltage regulator will use. So like the regulator will be like this example I'm saying is okay. So here we'll have the input. The input you may have the example I'm saying 15 volt, like or 20 volt, or 30 volt, or 40, anything. But output, I will get that constantly, I'll get 5 volt only. That is the main application of this Zener diode actually. So now the function of the regulator is to provide a constant output voltage to a load connected in parallel. See, for that I need to say. So before that, what I will do, let me show a little bit one more simplified or with the elaborated diagram. You will get a more clear idea in this. I will show so many varieties of diagram for you. You see this figure which I'm showing. Still more elaborate, you have clear idea. See, this is the VZ, IZ, V minus VZ, this is minus, this is minus IZ, okay? So now here we are having the diode. See, this is the forward bias because this will be your Zener diode. During the forward bias, what will do? You studied the approximation, right? This is the approximation of that. What will do in approximation? Just you will have the one resistor over there with this will be your barrier plus minus 0.7. That will be equal to this. We can draw. Same the way here, the reverse bias automatically what will happen? This is the diode resistor. It's a open switch because during the reverse bias, actually, here it won't work. Right? The positive current will not, you won't get that because that will be zero. Because open switch, this current will be zero. Or I can say this is the diagram is for reverse bias. So open switch. Even though open switch, there will be less amount of current. You see here, 0.7 less than did. Very, very less current. You see, 10 microampere. I is that. That is nothing but the Zener current will be very, very less. See, this is the place VR, that is reverse voltage. This is the Zener voltage because the point at which it is start getting readily decreasing, this point only, right? So now this is this is 0.24 microampere. See milliampere, then I is at 12.5 milliampere. This is 32 milliampere. We see this. So these all the things are like I can say in the reverse bias. See here, this portion, see, this will be your Zener diode. The equivalent approximation diagram is like we are giving the barrier, that is Zener voltage, and the resistance. Then we'll have the Zener voltage because of here only this portion where your Zener diode will work in the sense. See, this portion only your Zener diode will work because of here only I'm getting constant, I'm getting, that is called as Zener region. So at this time I can use as this will barrier will be there, see here, but here it is open. Until here it is open actually. So this is what the Zener diode here. So what we'll do, let us connect or let us see how we can use the Zener diode as a voltage regulator. That is one of the thing, very important thing. The Zener diode as Zener diode as voltage regulator. How the Zener diode can be used as voltage regulator, we need to know. So for that, what we'll do, let us simply draw or let us let what we'll do, let us redraw or let us add something else extra in the diagram. Okay, let me show the diagram, how the diagram will be. See here, there's a figure here. Now you can see what happened. This will be your input. That is the DC input voltage. This is a DC input voltage from rectifier circuit. Later we'll see the rectifier, one of the application of diode actually. So here the input will get. Okay. So V and V. So here this will be your Zener diode. See, this will be your Zener diode. So along with the Zener diode, we connected one resistance here, that is a source resistance we connected here. So, but you'll get the output, the voltage across the diode is this. See, this portion. Which portion? This portion. The voltage across the diode, that is VZ. V out is VZ. This is here only we'll take a V out. See, so finally we'll connect this output to the load. This is the load is nothing, but you can think about what is in the load means. You assume as like it can be a bulb. Load is nothing but your bulb. Example I'm saying, okay? Any bulb, or you can say like a LED bulb. Example I'm saying. Or any other also, anything which is going to use our power supply charger. You can say a charger also you can say. The output is charger, or load is something but your mobile. Or I can say it's mobile. Example I can say, because mobile only need a very less voltage is like, okay? I'll say the load is something but mobile also can consider. Now here, what we'll do, the Zener diode can be used to produce a stabilized voltage output with low ripples. Ripples in the sense, this is the meaning of ripple. See, in your analog, you see, this is called as ripple actually. So under varying load current conditions. So now by passing a small current through, the see here very important. This is anode, this is minus, but you see the plus is, see this plus, the plus is connected to where actually supposed to connect it. This is also plus C, but it won't, minus is 0 volt, so it won't work actually. When it will work, when I'm going to give minus and sorry, when I'm going to, sorry, this is minus 2 plus, sorry, this is, okay, yeah. 0 means minus, this will be anode, right? Exactly, it's connected. So 0 means minus actually. That is connected to anode. Then plus volt is connected to cathode. That is cathode. So now it's in the reverse bias only. Now here, so what we'll do, by passing a small current through this diode, because it's connected in the reverse bias, through the diode from a voltage across, from this voltage across via a suitable current limiting resistor. See, this RS is nothing but a current limiting resistor actually. It's a current limiting resistor. So currently, and the Zener diode will conduct sufficient current to maintain a voltage drop of V out. So now let us remove from the, so like what we can do in the sense here, the resistor RS, which one? This resistor. The resistor RS is connected series in with Zener diode actually. Correct? It's connected in series in connection to limit the current flow through the diode with the voltage source. Now the VS is being connected across the combination. Like you have to assume here, you have to assume like this. Okay, you just assume like this. This is VS. The VS is connected. You have to assume like this. So now I can say VS being connected across the combination, the stabilized output voltage, which one? The V out is taken from across the Zener diode. Across the Zener diode will take V out. So now the Zener diode is connected with the cathode, the terminal connected to, that is why I said connected to positive and the anode connected to negative. So it is a reverse biased. That's operating in its breakdown condition. The resistant RS is selected, so limit the maximum current flowing in the circuit. So now what will do, when no load connected to the circuit, if there is no load is connected in the circuit, means this one, if the RL is not connected, then I can say IL, the load current, IL will be is equal to 0. And all circuit current passes through this Zener diode, which in turn dissipates its maximum power. Also, the small value of series resistance, that is RS, will be small, will result a greater diode current. See that, very important. The RS is small in the sense, if the RS is small, then what happens? There will be amount of so large current will be flow. Actually, in the sense, simple, I can say it will dissipate the maximum power. Dissipates maximum power. maximum power, right? So small value of CRL will get a greater diode current when the load resistor RL is connected and large, as this will increase the power dissipation requirement of the diode. So you need to be very careful by selecting the appropriate value of series resistance. So like this resistance value, you have to be very careful to take that. If you're taking very less value, then diode current will be increased. If you're taking larger, if you consider the RL, then it will be, this can be reduced. So it will be very, very important here. But at the same time, if this diode is connected in parallel with, so because you see here, it is connected in parallel actually, Zener diode, then the voltage across the RL, which one? This. Across the RL is always the same as Zener diode, because if I connect a control resistor, whatever the voltage, we need to get same voltage across this. So I can say simple, the VR is equal to VZ. So VR is where actually, this is nothing but a VR actually. If you consider this load resistance, then VR is equal to VZ. Then there is a minimum Zener current for which the stabilization of the voltage is effective, and the Zener current must stay above this operating under load within its breakdown region at all times. So from this we can say the supply voltage Vs must be greater than, supply voltage Vs must be greater than Vz. That is very, very important. So all the students are kindly requested to give.
So from this, we can summarize that a Zener diode is always operator in reverse bias condition. A voltage regulator circuit can be designed using a Zener diode to maintain a constant DC output voltage across the load in spite of variations in the input voltage or changes in the load current. So the dual voltage regulator consists of current limiting
Resistor RS connected in series with the input voltage Vs, with the Zener diode connected in parallel with load RL in the reverse bias condition. So the stabilized output voltage is always selected to be the same as the breakdown voltage Vz of the diode. That is what the Zener diode.